Yo, 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 welcome back to the psych ward. I am accompanied by my very many sleepy Pokemon today, except for him, because he never sleeps. Today's gonna be a quick video. It is the 4th as I am filming this, and I need it uploaded by the 5th. And I don't know, I'm doing something today. It's the 4th of July. Here in the US, that's Independence Day, so it's a day to celebrate, right? I don't know what I'm doing yet, but we're supposedly maybe doing something. I look like death, so let's start by putting on this. This is the Urban Decay Callback. I think Callback is the shade. It's a cream lipstick. I don't know. I was at Marshall's yesterday and they had like a little box that was supposed to have 2 of these bad boys in it, but I looked at it and I was like, there's only 1 in here. I like moved it around and it was moving around inside the box, and I opened it up and looked and there was only 1. So I brought it up to the front and I was like, there's only 1 in here, just so you know. I wasn't actually planning on buying it, but they were like, the girl was like, oh, well, do you want it? We can give it to you for a discount. And I was like, So I got it for $7. Deep discount, you know? I'm just gonna put this on because I look crazy. Oh, not 100% sure this is sanitary. I tried to like rub it off. You know how Marshall's is like, you never know. You never know if people have like been touching things. This one looked like it had been opened, but not necessarily like, you know, meddled with too much. I've been wanting to try these for a while. That's the only reason I was like, you know what? Yeah, sure, I'll get it. This is an interesting color because it's kind of like a brick red. It's got a little bit of that brown thing going on, but it is still a red. I'm doing this without a lip liner, so I'm just trying to be precise about how I shape it. Not really sure how I feel about the formula. It looks pretty though. It does tug just a little. It's not like super duper creamy, but oh, it's nice. Oh, it's nice. It does look nice. Okay. Do I want to just overdraw a little? My lips are so uneven. Okay, I don't know how much I'm here for the shape that I just created, but this is what we're going with. And hopefully I don't catch some kind of disease and die from using this product from Marshall's. Anyway, oh, while I'm talking about Marshall's, let me just quickly show you this. I wasn't planning on buying anything at Marshall's. I went there with my buddy Nicole. She wanted to see if she could find some Pat McGrath. She did. But I saw this and I was like, oh, look at that. Glam Light Strawberry Shortcake. And I gotta tell you, I opened it up and was legit startled by this shade up here. I don't, like, I've seen this thing in people's videos. I've seen it in pictures and stuff. Nothing does justice to that shade. I don't know if I'm doing justice to it now. Probably not, but it's incredible. It is incredible. So I bought it. It was $17. I was good though. I avoided buying like tons of stuff. I bought the palette, I bought the lipstick, and I bought these. These are the blueberries and cream limited edition Lindt truffles. I had them in the past and they're delicious and amazing. And yeah, they had them by the register, so I got them. Let me just quickly tell you what I have on my face and then we'll get into the palette for today's video. I'm wearing, just because this is in my hand, I was using the mirror. I'm wearing Synthwave. So starting with that, Synthwave from the Low Light palette from Unearthly Cosmetics. My base, I probably should have started with the base, but one size Huda Faux Filter Concealer, Huda Easy Bake powder. I bronzed with some one size. The blush is the High School Musical Cello, right? Is it Cello? I think it's Cello. Oh God, where's the freaking name? It's on the back. Oh no, it's Playoffs. What is Cello? Cello is the lip thing. Okay, it's Playoffs from ColourPop from the High School Musical collab. And then Sigma Eye Base in the shade Persuade. And the brow pencil from One Size in light brown. I really need to try the deeper shade because the light brown is like, it takes a lot of building for it to even look like it's doing anything. Anyway, so this bad boy has been on sale for half off along with all of the bigger Huda palettes over at Sephora. So I said, hey, what the heck? I'm Rouge. I get the free shipping. Let me just grab this thing. I'm gonna pop it open. I will tell you that with this particular palette, I do love the big palettes from Huda, but this one in particular, I remember when it was announced, I was like immediately, I don't know, just disappointed. I was so excited to see where they would go with the next one. And then it ended up being this. And I don't know, it's so like neutral and kind of like whatever. And then I also realized that I literally have such similar shades in the My Dream palette from Natasha Denona, which I probably should have grabbed, like do comparisons, but whatever. Basically, I was just underwhelmed by this palette. And so for the longest time, I was like, I don't even need that thing. Part of me was like, I wish I had it just for like my collection of bigger Huda palettes, but I was like, I don't need it. But then it went on sale for half off and I was like, well. So I ended up buying it and here it is. So we're gonna do a look with it and I'm basically gonna be seeing how I feel about the product and was it worth 35 instead of what, 67 these go for now? Or was it not even worth the 35? I don't know if anybody's gonna be interested in this, but like since it's on sale, I feel like people are probably going to be grabbing it up, and so videos like this might be more popular right now. I know that when Mercury Retrograde was on sale at Sephora, there were a lot of videos that went up about that palette, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe people will care about this, maybe they won't. I'm just gonna get started. I wanna do kind of a lighter, softer look, so I'm gonna, what do I want to freaking do though? I kind of want to play with the golds. I kind of want to play with this like beautiful deep purple shade. I also want to see what the deal is with Manifest It, because how are you supposed to use that? Whatever, I'm just gonna get started. I'm gonna use, ooh, do I want cool tones or warm tones? No, I don't know. Maybe with this lip, warm tones? Will warm tones go with this? I feel like either would go with this. This bricky red. Let's do warm tones. I'm gonna use Power, the light matte here. And I'm just gonna take my Singe fluffy blending brush. What is it, EO3. Pack it on out here and run it through the crease. This is a very, soft shade, so I'm like just going in with reckless abandon. I'm not really worried about where I place it because it's pretty much my skin tone. It's not even really having that much of an effect now that I'm looking at it. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have started here. But I'll put it on the side too, just to make them match. It's giving like a slight tinge of peach. Nothing too crazy. But maybe that's what we want. So anyway, I love these palettes from Huda. Like I always love the big palettes from them and from the brand. I started buying them when Mercury Retrograde was half off. I had wanted to try rose quartz for a while because I had heard so many great things about it, but then I was like, oh, maybe I'll just try the brand. I'm gonna use Get It to kind of deepen up a little. I'll just try the brand by grabbing Mercury Retrograde because it was half off, and I ended up loving Mercury Retrograde. I did 3 really beautiful looks with Mercury Retrograde and then never used it again. Why is it so hard for me to say that? Mercury Retrograde. I think I'm saying it too fast. But anyhow, I did 3 beautiful looks with that palette, posted them to my Instagram, and then I never used it again. I maybe dipped into it for like a shade after that, but like, I don't know what's wrong with me that I just stopped using that palette and never ended up going into it again, because every time I look at it, I'm like, this is so gorgeous and I want to play with it more. By the way, I'm actually surprised by how nice and light this is coming off, which is exactly what I wanted, but it's just not what I expected because this looks like such a deep palette. And like I could for sure deepen up, but I don't know how much I want to. Maybe I'll take a little tiny bit of one of the deeper shades. But I think this is gonna be, I think I'm gonna use the gold. I think that's what's gonna end up happening. I'm gonna do like a light look with some really pretty gold shimmer on the lid. I was just watching some videos about this palette from, you know, back when it first came out, getting an idea of what kind of things I wanted to try to do with it. I'm gonna take Legacy, which is the deep brown. I'm just gonna kind of put it out on the outer corner a little, not too much, kind of like this. Take it through the crease a little bit too. Again, really trying to go soft. Don't want it to be wild. Ooh, that's so nice, and it looks really nice with this lip. But anyway, so I tried Mercury Retrograde, ended up actually really loving it, and then I ended up in the like spring sale, the Huda spring sale. I ended up getting both Rose Quartz and Naughty Nude. Love both of those palettes. Rose Quartz is one of my favorite palettes, like in my collection, and I do love Naughty Nude. I don't usually wig over a neutral palette, but that one has like the burgundies and the red shades that kind of give me those things that I love, and kind of makes it a more fun neutral palette for me. So I had it in my head when this one was soon to be announced. I was like super excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what they do this year. Because every year they release one of these palettes and they're always so beautiful. Sorry, I'm trying to use the camera to like determine how well this is blended, because things on camera look like they're blended terribly, even if they look okay in real life. So I'm like, so I was like super hyped for this one, and then it was announced and I said, no, no, no. So, you know, in the back of my mind, I was like, whatever, maybe one day it will come out on sale and I'll be able to grab it then. And you know what? Here we are. I'm gonna take this like packing brush, the EO4. Oh, by the way, the one I was just using is the Singe EO5. Now I'm moving on to the Singe EO4. And I'm gonna take Best Self. I'm just gonna put it on my lid because I'm gonna take the gold over top of that. I'm gonna kind of build it over top of the matte. Okay, I mean, these are performing beautifully. The reason that I like more expensive neutral palettes, or like more high-end neutral palettes, is because I like the way that a softer, more buildable neutral shadow functions. I feel like it's, you know, more affordable brands kind of tend to have more super pigmented neutrals that kind of, you know, for me, I'm not like the biggest fan of browns. So when I plop a brown on, I don't want it to be like, okay, you're committed to this now. Your eyes are super, super brown now. I want to be able to like blend things out. This still doesn't look blended out here. Rage. And like, that's not always true of more inexpensive palettes. Like for instance, e.l.f. has like next to no pigment. So it's like the other end of the spectrum. But I feel like ColourPop, or at least the neutrals that I've tried from ColourPop, have been a little more like, bam, like in your face. And that's not really my jam, you guys. I'm gonna do the lower lash line with this little liner brush from Sigma what is it? The E15. Whoops, that's not the right shade. I dipped in the wrong shade, oh my god. And I'm just taking Get It, which was that sort of slightly deeper kind of mid-tone shade that I went in with. It was the second shadow that I used, this one. How do we like that? Do we like that? I've been thinking so much about like why is it so hard for me to do my lower lash line? Like, why is it so hard for me to make it work? And like, I've been watching other people go in with blending brushes and they're just like, and it's like, how are you making that not look like zombie status when I can't put anything under my lash line without looking like a full-blown corpse? Do I look like a corpse now? I guess not, but I'm keeping it very tight to my lash line. That's the only way that I can make it work. And I'm like thinking, is it because my eyes are really big? It's because of these bags? Is it something else? Am I picking the wrong colors? I don't know. This is just what works for me. Just this very thin little situation. So that's what I stick with. I don't know. Does this look nice so far? I am still going to be doing the gold. I saw that people were having issues with this shade here, Limitless. Trying to use that with a brush is like not really a good idea because it doesn't pick up. And I think that Limitless is also the shade that has the gold flakes, like the actual gold flakes in it. Oh, it's flaky. I'm gonna use my finger and I'm just gonna put it on the center lid and we'll see what happens. Huh. I'm very weary of flaky shades because they have the power to make me look like a 9,000-year-old man in the blink of an eye. They like make my lid look crazy. No, but that looks good though. This is working. These are good flakes. Am I getting fallout? Maybe a tiny bit, but it's okay. We will survive. So the reason that I don't know what I'm doing today, by the way, is because my family goes to my uncle's house every year. Like for the past, I don't know, maybe decade at this point. Like, has it been that long? You know, for 4th of July. And I don't know, I go and then I sit and I'll either like smoke my pipe or smoke hookah. I don't like smoke a lot, but when we do like outdoor events and stuff, I'll like sit and smoke my little Gandalf pipe or like smoke my hookah or whatever. Just tobacco. Like, I don't get crazy. I'm not not that guy. This is like unrelated kind of, but like I legit don't like feeling high. I never have. Who's dropping things? What the hell? But yeah, I don't know. I've never been a big fan of feeling high. My body like freaks out and panics. But anyway, this is very nice. I'm still gonna do a little gold on the inner corner. I'm gonna use the other gold shimmer, this like more yellow gold. Here, Charisma? Yeah, Charisma. I'm going to take some of that on the inner corner. I'm going to use a brush. I'm going to use the Singe EO1, and I'm just going to pack it on the inner corner just for that little bit of shimmer. I don't need it to be super impactful, so I'm not like spraying it. Although now that I'm thinking about it, I'm about to put more on, and I'm like, what if I get fallout? Okay, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. I'm not being devastated by fallout. That feels like famous last words. Oh yeah, no, famous last words. I am being devastated by fallout. Only a little though. All right, so this is the finishing touch, right? And then I'm gonna put on some mascara. And then I'll basically give you my closing thoughts. I will say, I don't feel like I can tell you right now if this feels like it was worth it. I feel like I need to use it more. Oh, but this is nice though. This is a nice look. This is a nice like warm, golden, like summery kind of a vibe. This is nice. I do like this a lot. I'm into it. You know what? It could also be like an autumnal vibe too. That was what I kind of thought about this palette when I saw the color story like online and stuff. I was like, oh, that would be nice for autumn. Don't you think this is a very autumn palette? But yeah, this is nice. I like it. Let me put on mascara and then I'll give you my final thoughts, first impressions. Okay, so there's some yard work going on. Sorry if you can hear that. I just went in with whatever I had left of my Bad Gal Bang mascara rather than like getting up and going to grab my Fenty mascara. What do we think of this? I think it looks cute. It's a nice little neutral eye look. It's not like super crazy, but it does have that beautiful gold shimmer. So it is, you know, it feels celebratory. It feels fun. I think that this is nice for my little 4th of July look. Do you agree? Does it feel summery? I feel like it feels summery. It's got like that sunny glow sort of thing going on. So, final thoughts. Do I feel like this is worth $67? I honestly don't. I really don't. Oh, I didn't even bother with like the liner shades. I didn't feel like this look needed a liner. But so like these shades here are like technically like liners. I don't know. It's really strange. They're like creams. I guess you can like mix them with the shadows to deepen up, but they're, I don't know. I gotta experiment with those. Super weird. And I have not had the opportunity to play with Manifest, which is a like gel powder hybrid shadow. I don't know what I'm gonna think of that either. So I didn't get into all that crazy stuff, but I played with some of these warm tones. I played with the 2 golds. So that's the experience that I've had with the palette so far. So take everything that I say with that in mind, because that is my experience with this palette so far. Do I think it's worth $67? Honestly, no. I don't, and I would not have bought it for $67. Do I think it's worth $35? Yeah, sure. If you like neutral palettes, why the hell not? I do think that the color story is nice. It goes from warm to cool, and I do think that those gold shimmers are standout shades. They're really beautiful. Look at that. But yeah, I mean, I have a lot of neutral shadows in my collection. And I was saying before, I do prefer sort of more high-end. What the frick? Like I was saying before, I do prefer kind of more high-end neutral shadows. This yard work, killing my soul. So let's wrap this up. I do prefer high-end neutral shadows. These do function really beautifully. They blend out really nicely. They're really nice. You know, as you can see, I hope that you agree. Look at this little swoop. I look like a lady from like the 30s. I don't know, or a man. I guess I look like a man. I just okay, I've gone full-blown ADHD all of a sudden, so I'm gonna wrap this up. I don't think that you should buy this full price. Get it on sale if you can, but it is beautiful. So those are my first impressions. If you're new here, I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you didn't think that this was too crazy. Oh, by the way, I'm not gonna be wearing this today. This is just for now. The yard work is unreal. Do you hear how loud that is, by the way? My door doesn't block out any sound from outside. That is why when my neighbors are like hanging out right outside my door, I can't film. I just can't. It's impossible. It sounds like they're in my apartment. Okay, anyway, if you're new here, hope you enjoyed. I post every... Anyway, if you're new here, I do hope that you enjoyed. I post every Sunday and every Wednesday. Subscribe so you can see more content. I'll be seeing you again on... What day is today? I'll be seeing you guys again on Sunday, because it's going up on Wednesday. I hope that you have a great week in the meantime. Peace.